Hey guys, Omni here. Just finished watching Pixar's Luca over on Disney+. This was originally supposed to be a theatrical release, but much like with Soul, they decided with the pandemic and everything that's been going on, it might be better to put these as an exclusive deal on Disney+. Now, you don't have to pay the $30 premiere price to watch these like you would with Cruella, which also had a theatrical run. These are just part of the membership, so just signing on gets you access to this right now. And I found myself really enjoying this movie and really wishing I could have seen it on the big screen because, as which is typical with Pixar movies, and I think this one especially so, given the setting, the feel, the tone, the art direction, would have been magnificent to see on a massive screen. This film was directed by Enrico Casarosa, and it stars Jacob Tremblay, Jack Dylan Grazer, Emma Berman, Marco Barricelli, Saverio Raimondo, Maya Rudolph, and Jim Gaffigan. The voice work and the voice talents in this are great. This is a coming-of-age story. This is a feel-good summer story. This, what I would kind of relate this to is like a kind of coming back to the days when you were younger, when you were in these periods where you just looked forward to the summer. There was this time off, this time to just relax, take in the sunlight and explore, learn, and grow. These moments of like nostalgia that kind of come out here, especially if you're an older person watching this, like myself. And I'm not saying like I'm older. I'm just saying I'm not like the age of these characters is what I'm meaning. Like it brings you back to that feeling of just being excited for summer and being in this period of transition when you're finally starting to open your eyes, question the world, kind of start to question like even like your parents and stuff like that. Like it's that part and phase in our lives where it's finally kind of time to branch and move away from the nest as these characters are going through these changes, especially our main character, Luca, who finally really starts to come face to face with this greater outside world and how that challenges his anxieties, his fears, especially when that world isn't really made for him, or at least it seems as though it's not. Being on the outskirts of a fishing town and being a sea monster with monster tales being something often told on the land and something that often a lot of fishermen and people of this town even fear, instills this like back and forth of feeling like an oddity, feeling like an outsider. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like it's a perfect metaphor for that awkward stage in any kid's life when they're trying to figure out who they are and how to project that into the world, whether the world accepts it, whether the world doesn't. There's always going to be a push and pull with that, no matter who you were with or who you are around. But it's finding that support structure, finding that confidence in yourself and putting it out there regardless, and having that support structure of people that care to kind of guide you through this. This movie, again, it runs through the gambit of emotions. It's a lot of fun. It never actually got me like sad, but it definitely made me emotional in like a happy kind of way. Anytime you have like a family dynamic or somebody searching for a family dynamic or anything family related like this, and it can even extend to just friendships that become really strong, those types of themes can really echo really strongly with me. And there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm getting a little misty at a lot of these happy moments. Like I don't think it ever really bridges on sad. It never really goes down that road. But all along the way, like all I'm trying to get at really is that like I did get a couple misty moments in here, but it was out of joy. It was out of this happiness, endearing qualities that these characters all have. And it's just a feel-good, beautiful movie. It's a lot of fun. It is funny. The voice work, again, the talents that we have here are fantastic. I didn't recognize Jack Dylan Grazer just yet because I guess it's been so long since I've seen him in anything or heard him in anything. His voice has already changed quite a bit. So it took me a second to finally kind of hear that, which makes me a little interested and intrigued to see how that translates into his character in Shazam 2. But again, there's a lot of endearing moments to this, a lot of great characters. We do have kind of a villain in this movie, but it's kind of a joke for the most part. The movie is really just about transition, change, and growth, and building relationships friends and expanding your horizons, not being locked in your own little internal cage, whether it's out of fear, anxiety, or whatever. It's about going out, putting yourself out there, and finding your true self and your tribe. And I really, really like that about this movie. Again, I think the setting, the style, and just the visuals in this, which it's par for the course for with Pixar in general, but given the setting, the bright colors, the luscious greens, the bright blues, maybe I'm just not getting outside enough, man. It's been so overcast here, even so, like being on the river and whatnot, it's just like, man, I don't know. It's just seeing like this like tropical, lush, like beautiful seascape. It's just like, damn it, man. I just want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. I want to splash around between this and End of the Heights. I just want to go out and have some fucking summer fun. That's what this did, man. I really had a good time with this. Definitely a huge blast. It's such a feel-good film. I don't think it's up there with things like maybe like Toy Story 3, 4, or Up, or anything like that. But it's because it doesn't quite go that far, go that heavy, go that deep. It goes just right along that ride where you don't really have to think about too much. It's not really going to challenge your world belief. So it's just a feel-good coming of age story that they tackled really well. And the only complaint I've really even had about the film at all is that there's just this little kind of tropey thing that happens in the middle of it that I feel like in the day and age we're in now, we could probably write some stories that just don't have these at all. But aside from that, I thought this was a beautiful, lovely, enjoyable film that really kind of perked up my evening. So I want to know what you guys think. If you have seen this yourself, sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry out the conversation after the video. Remember, guys, we have a Discord open, so if you want to talk about it there, you want to talk about anything we cover here on the channel, come hang out, join us. Links to that and all my socials down in the description of this video. Before we go, huge shout out to our patron legends, Mandy, Shara, Ryan, Karen, and Jason Coleman. Thank you guys so much for your support. Anyway, that is it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.